Life is dynamic, interconnected web of nonlinear interactions that defy simple explanation, where minute changes can lead to monumental consequences, where the flap of a butterfly's wings can indeed alter the course of weather halfway across the world, and similarly, a small mutation might affect an entire ecosystem or alter a genetic destiny. From the rhythmic beating of our hearts to the complex behaviors of ecosystems, nonlinear dynamics offers us a unique lens through which we can decipher the patterns, chaos, and fractals inherent in life itself. Since its inception, this field has illuminated our understanding of biological systems whose behavior is as unpredictable as it is fascinating. Nonlinear dynamics, chaos, and bifurcations are essential in understanding biological systems because they reveal how complex behaviors and patterns, including dynamic attractors, emerge from simple rules under varying conditions, offering profound insights into the unpredictable and often sensitive nature of life processes. Amidst the tangled interactions of molecules within a single cell to the vast complexities of ecological networks, biology thrives on nonlinearity. This concept provides a fitting framework because biological systems are inherently composed of numerous interacting components where the outcomes are often disproportionate and unexpectedly emergent from their collective properties. Nonlinear dynamics isn't just another mathematical curiosity. It is a pivotal tool in deciphering the enigmatic patterns observed in various biological processes. Systems biology, in particular, has embraced this approach, decoding complex interaction networks that traditional linear methods could not predict accurately. Understanding the inherent nonlinear nature of life processes is not only fundamental to grasping how biological systems operate, but also imperative for developments in biotechnological applications and therapeutic interventions. Chaos theory, often characterized by the sensitive dependence on initial conditions, popularly known as the butterfly effect, has profound implications in biological systems. It suggests that slight changes at the start of a process can lead to vastly different outcomes, an insight critical in studying the unpredictable behavior of biological entities. For instance, the chaotic nature of cellular metabolic reactions can lead to different cell fates under similar conditions, influencing everything from microbial survival strategies to human disease progression. This sensitivity is not a flaw of biological systems, but rather an adaptive feature that increases survival flexibility in unpredictable environments. Through the lens of chaos theory, researchers have begun to predict and manage complex diseases more effectively, understanding that, like turbulent systems, tiny modifications can stabilize or destabilize a biological state. Fractal patterns, characterized by self-similarity across different scales, provide another stunning example of nonlinear dynamics in biology. Fractals are not just aesthetically pleasing, but hold the key to understanding how nature designs systems at various scales efficiently. An iconic example is the branching patterns of trees and vascular plants, which mirror the fractal characteristics of river deltas and lightning bolts, optimizing the exposure to vital resources like sunlight and nutrients through a minimum of architectural design. Exploring these patterns has not only shed light on the evolutionary advantages these designs provide, but also inspired advancements in creating sustainable human-engineered designs mimicking these natural networks. In nonlinear dynamics, bifurcations represent points where a slight change in a system's parameters causes a qualitative change in its behavior. These are moments of decision in a system's history that can lead to drastically different outcomes. Such phenomena are abundantly visible in gene regulation, where a gene can switch between different states of expression, leading to different developmental paths. This characteristic is crucial during the developmental stages of organisms where cells differentiate and decide their fate based on the complex interplay of genetic and environmental cues. Understanding these bifurcation points has significant implications, particularly in developmental biology and genetics, as it helps scientists manipulate or predict the paths cells or organisms will take during growth or disease progressions. The human brain, a quintessential example of a complex adaptive system, utilizes chaos in a beautiful yet functional way. Neuronal firing patterns often exhibit chaotic behavior, which paradoxically appears to enhance the brain's computational power and flexibility. This seemingly random firing is integral for tasks such as pattern recognition and predictive simulation, quintessential for survival in dynamic environments. Researchers using insights from nonlinear dynamics have developed better models for understanding mental disorders such as epilepsy and schizophrenia, where the normal patterns of neuronal chaos are disrupted. The exploration of chaotic dynamics within neural networks not only provides insights into normal and pathological brain functions, but also influences advancements in artificial intelligence and neural network design. One of the most vital and dynamic rhythms in biology is the beating of the heart, an exquisite example of a complex system operating at the brink of chaos. Normal heart rhythms exhibit a degree of irregularity. Surprisingly, excessive regularity can be indicative of pathological conditions. In cardiology, understanding the nonlinear dynamics of heart rhythms has led to better diagnostic tools and treatments for arrhythmic disorders. The principle that a healthy heart doesn't beat with the regularity of a metronome, but rather adapts responsively to the body's demands, underscores nonlinear dynamics at play in life-maintaining systems. By applying nonlinear analysis methods, researchers can more effectively predict critical changes in heart function, which can be crucial for preventative cardiology and interventions. Feedback loops are fundamental components in biological systems, serving as the pillars of regulation and homeostasis. These loops often behave non-linearly, where outputs and inputs interact in complex, occasionally counterintuitive ways. For example, the regulation of hormones like insulin is governed by complex feedback mechanisms where non-linear dynamics help maintain glucose levels within a strict range, despite varying external and internal conditions. The study of these loops through nonlinear dynamics not only offers insights into general biological functions, but is crucial in the design of drugs and interventions that aim to mimic or influence natural regulatory systems. The interactions between predators and their prey are classic examples of nonlinear dynamics at play in ecological systems. Models such as the Lotka-Volterra equations illustrate how predator and prey populations affect each other in cyclical yet unpredictable patterns. Understanding these interactions in greater depth can help manage wildlife reserves, control pests, and even inform policies on biodiversity conservation. These models, although simplifications, capture essential dynamics that help ecologists predict fluctuations and intervene effectively in natural ecosystems. Such models also enhance our understanding of how natural systems can persist and stabilize themselves through intrinsic nonlinear regulatory processes essential for maintaining ecological balance. The architecture of the human lung is a marvel of fractal design, optimizing gas exchange effectiveness through a repetitively branching airway network. This design allows for a maximally efficient interface with the blood flow for oxygen-carbon dioxide exchange, crucial for respiratory function. Studying the fractal nature of the lungs has helped in improving artificial ventilation systems and strategies, particularly in treatments of respiratory illnesses. The principles gleaned from such nonlinear studies also impact the fields of pulmonary rehabilitation and surgery by providing more accurate models of lung function and pathology. Through the application of nonlinear dynamics, researchers can optimize interventions that enhance lung function or recreate its capabilities in artificial systems, offering solutions that align closely with natural efficiency. Nonlinear dynamics extend their reach into medicine by offering novel insights into disease anticipation, diagnosis, and treatment. The nonlinear behavior of biochemical networks in cancer, for example, can reveal how cancer cells evade traditional therapies and suggest new modes of treatment. By understanding the nonlinear paths of disease progression, physicians can tailor interventions that are not only more effective, but also highly specific to individual patient conditions. Research into temporal patterns of diseases like diabetes and Alzheimer's also benefits greatly from nonlinear dynamic models, which can forecast disease progression and potentially mitigate its development through timely intervention. This aspect of nonlinear dynamics in medicine emphasizes a shift towards more predictive, personalized, and precise medical treatments, steering away from the one-size-fits-all approach. The ability to model and predict the behavior of entire ecosystems with a degree of accuracy is another area where nonlinear dynamics proves invaluable. These models help in understanding complex interactions between various species and their environments, crucial for conservation efforts and ecological management. By incorporating nonlinear dynamics into ecosystem models, researchers can simulate potential outcomes under different environmental scenarios. This capability is vital for addressing challenges like climate change, habitat destruction, and species extinction, providing a more nuanced understanding that can inform and guide conservation strategies and policy decisions. Such deep dives into predictive modeling underscore the flexibility and necessity of incorporating nonlinear dynamics into ecological research and management, aiming for a sustainable coexistence within our planet's ecosystems. As we look to the future, the integration of nonlinear dynamics with biological research holds promising potential for breakthroughs in many areas of biology and medicine. The ongoing refinement of these models and their increasing incorporation into technological advancements signify a trend toward more robust, dynamic, and precise understanding and manipulation of biological systems. Envisioning a future where nonlinear dynamics and biology are seamlessly integrated can lead to innovations such as advanced genetic engineering, more sustainable ecological management practices, and radically new ways of diagnosing and treating diseases. The continued exploratory journey into the nonlinear fabric of life promises not just a better comprehension of biological complexity, but also a greater ability to influence and harness it for humanity's benefit. With the rising tide of data and the increasing computational power available, the potential for nonlinear dynamics to illuminate and shape the future of biological sciences is both immense and exhilarating.